was a time when you believed in yourself before the heartbreak, before the failure, before life made you question everything. Now, guess what? That version of you isn't gone. That version of you is just waiting somewhere for you to remember him or her. Hi everyone, my name is Deborah Dominic and I welcome you to another episode of Debby Inspires. And in today's video, I am going to be sharing with you 7 practical ways to start believing in yourself again. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now would be a good time for you to click on the subscribe button to be part of this amazing family. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for always being here. I appreciate your support. Now, please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe now. Okay? Now, let's get right into the video, shall we? Now, the first point that I put down here is reflect on your past wins. Remember those moments when you faced a really difficult challenge, but you were not scared. You still scaled through. Remember those moments when God came through for you. Remind yourself of those moments you've done things you consider very hard, but you still scaled through. Remember those moments that you overcame challenges that were overwhelming, yet you were able to overcome them. Let me remind you of something. Remember when you were a kid, when you were younger, when you go to class and then you're not scared of anything, you're not scared of failure. You are just so confident that anything you were thought you will be able to write. Remember those moments when you go to the exam hall feeling very confident in yourself. Remember those moments you were carrying first position, you were the overall best, or second or third. Remember those moments where people consider you very brilliant, very smart. Now, that version of you isn't gone. That version of you is still inside of you. That version of excellence, that version that is always passionate about learning, that version that is hungry for success, that version of you that isn't scared of the exam questions, that version of you is still there. Don't forget them. Okay? The second point that I put down that can help you to start believing in yourself is start small. Start small. Make sure you set small achievable goals and make sure that you work hard to achieving those goals. It could be just getting up very early in the morning, saying your morning prayers, and probably doing an exercise. It could be saying your affirmations every day, trying to encourage yourself again to so start again. Start where you are. Start even when you are unsure. Start even when you feel like you are unready. The third point on my list is speak kindly to yourself. Speak kindly to yourself. I cannot overemphasize the need to speak kindly to yourself, because any word or thought that you say to yourself is either watering your growth or tearing you down. So why not speak life into your soul? Why not speak positivity into your life? Replace all those negative self-talk with positive affirmations. Affirm yourself. Always wake up in the morning to tell yourself that today is a fresh start and I'm giving it my best. Replace words like I can't and tell yourself that I am learning. Replace thoughts that make you feel like you are late and tell yourself that my pace is still progress. Make sure that every negative self-talk is replaced with the absolute truth. Tell yourself, I am enough. I can learn. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Encourage yourself. Don't wait until someone encourages you. Make sure that you get rid of every negative thought that makes you feel less of yourself. In short, All negative thoughts make you feel less of yourself. So replace them with the positive ones. And guess what? The positive ones are the absolute truth. So make sure you speak kindly to yourself. Okay? The fourth point on my list is surround yourself with uplifting people. If you are around people who are always draining you physically, spiritually, and mentally, it's time to let them go. If you are around people who do not see any good in you, who do not miss any chance to pick on your flaws, it's time for you to go. If you're around people who do not see anything good in you, who do not encourage you to be the better version of yourself, it's time for you to let go. Prioritize your growth in such a way that you are able to distance yourself from people who do not add value into your life. Distance yourself from chronic doubters, those ones whom by the time you discuss your dream or any of your achievements, they see it as nothing. You need to distance yourself from them. The kind of people you need in your life are people who encourage you to be better version of yourself, people who challenge you to be better. Trust me, it is better to work alone. It's better to work alone than to be around negative people. I was listening to a message and it says that if you are around five people that you consider fools, there is any tendency that you are the sixth one. Yeah, you cannot be around fools and not be a fool. Yeah, please don't mind me. All I'm trying to say is that if you're around people who do not help you, who are not encouraging you to grow, who are always making you feel less of yourself, it's time to go. If you're around people who do not support your dreams and vision, it's time for you to give them a break for the sake of your growth. The fifth point on my list is take consistent action. Ensure that every day you do something that takes you closer to your dreams. It can be you developing your passion, it can be you doing something different that takes you closer to your dreams, and make sure that you stay consistent. Always remember that action builds your confidence. The more you do, the more confident you feel. Every small step counts. Action fuels confidence, and clarity comes with motion. If you remain there, trust me, you're not going to make any progress. Always remember that courage comes in doing. So start doing something today to build back your self-belief. The sixth point on my list is forgive your past self. One of the reasons why we don't progress, or one of the reasons why you may not progress, is because you are focusing on your past. You are always beating yourself on the mistakes that you have made in the past. But let me remind you of something, that your mistakes does not define you, but it refines you into the better version of yourself. If you focus on your mistakes, trust me, you're going to be stuck. But focus on the lessons. Make sure that you ask yourself, what are the lessons that I learned from this mistake? And make sure that you take that lessons and not repeat that mistake again. So forgive yourself of those moments when you don't know any better, those moments when you didn't know better and then you just make do of what you knew, and then somehow you failed and made a mistake. You only made a mistake. And I used to tell people, I usually tell myself that in as much as I wake up every morning and I'm healthy and I am breathing, I feel like there is an opportunity for me. God is still interested in making me a better version of myself. So tell yourself that unless you are there, the battle is not over until it is over. So forgive yourself. Please forgive your past self. Pick up your broken pieces and move on. Pick up your broken pieces and move on, because your progress is more important than any form of regret. Okay. Now, the seventh point, which is the last but not the least, is invest in yourself. But how do you invest in yourself? You invest in yourself by dedicating yourself to learning, dedicate yourself to taking intentional steps towards your growth. It may require you buying new books to and buy new books that helps you become better version of yourself. There are many books. I feel like anybody who can dedicate themselves to learning can actually be the better version of themselves, because every problem you see in this world, I feel like every problem has solution. The one that you think does not have solution, God has the solution. And there is nothing that you have been through or you are going through that someone has not gone through that situation. And somehow some have gone through that situation and have even written books and told you how to go about that kind of problem in case you face it. So dedicate yourself to reading new books, taking courses, learning new skills, and doing anything that would advance your growth. By so doing, you are already building yourself again. You are building your self confidence again. And I would advise you that you should stop comparing yourself with others. That should be the bonus point. Please do not compare yourself with others. Don't see other people's growth and then try to compare. Start where you are. Belief system. I hope that you're going to put. So, finally, remember that anytime you refuse to give up, anytime you take that bold step, that belief, it starts to return. And before you know it, you are up on your feet again and you start believing in yourself again. And always remember that the real you is inside of you. You just need to start showing up for him or her.